As we continue to delve into Paul's letter to the Thessalonians, we arrive at verse 4, which reads, "Knowing, beloved brethren, your election by God." This statement is profound and full of depth, revealing the close relationship Paul felt with the Thessalonian believers, as well as introducing the theological concept of divine election. Paul begins this verse with knowing, a term that indicates a deep, confident understanding, not merely a superficial awareness. This knowledge isn't based on human wisdom, but on spiritual revelation that confirms the believers in Thessalonica are chosen by God. This choice is not random or arbitrary, it is purposeful and personal from the Creator to His creation. The phrase, "beloved brethren," further emphasizes the affection and spiritual kinship Paul holds with the Thessalonian church. They are not just fellow believers, but beloved family members in the faith, deeply cared for and cherished. This is a significant affirmation as it strengthens the bonds within the community, encouraging them to see each other through the eyes of divine love. The concept of election by God is central to understanding Paul's theological framework. Election refers to God's sovereign choice in graciously granting salvation to those He has chosen. It is an act of free grace that precedes individual faith and good works, thereby ensuring that salvation is entirely a gift and not a result of human effort. This doctrine is meant to offer comfort and assurance to believers, affirming that their salvation is secure in God's unchanging purpose. In the context of Thessalonica, a city with diverse beliefs and religious practices, the assurance of being chosen by God would have provided a solid foundation of identity and purpose for the new believers. It distinguished them from their surrounding culture, where many religious systems were based on achieving favor with gods through works or rituals. In contrast, Paul's declaration underscores that their status before God was secured by His initiative and sustained by His commitment. This understanding of election has practical implications for the Thessalonians and for believers today. Firstly, it calls for a response of humility. If God's choice is based on His grace rather than human merit, it leaves no room for pride or boasting among believers. Everyone who is chosen because of God's mercy, not their own desirability or efforts. Secondly, this election leads to a life of gratitude and holy living. Knowing that they are chosen should lead believers to respond in thankfulness and to live in a manner that reflects the holiness of God. This is not about trying to earn God's favor, but about living out of the reality of that favor already given. Lastly, the knowledge of being chosen by God brings immense comfort and encouragement, especially in times of difficulty or persecution. For the Thessalonians, who faced both social and political pressures, this could be a source of great strength. It assures them and us that our faith journey is undergirded by God's powerful hand, which has selected them, us, for Himself. The doctrine of election challenges believers to view their salvation and their relationship with God in a new light. It encourages a deeper trust in God's sovereign will and His good purposes. It also fosters a community bound together not by cultural, social, or personal similarities, but by the profound reality of being chosen by God. This spiritual bonding is vital for nurturing a supportive and encouraging community, as evidenced by Paul's relationship with the Thessalonian church. Moreover, the assurance of being elected by God is a profound encouragement to evangelism and mission. It empowers believers to proclaim the gospel boldly, knowing that God has already prepared the hearts of those He has chosen to respond. This was certainly a motivating factor for Paul and his companions as they spread the gospel across diverse and often hostile environments. First, Thessalonians chapter 1 verse 4 is not merely a theological statement, but a rich, relational declaration that provides security, purpose, and motivation for believers. It calls them to a life marked by humility, gratitude, holy living, and bold witness, grounded in the profound reality of their divine election. This verse invites every believer to reflect on the depth of God's love and the privilege of being part of His family, chosen not because of who we are, but because of who He is.